Hey, okay, what's up everybody? This is definitely my first stream of the night, no mistakes here. Anyone watching on the playback will have no idea what's going on. There's no reason to suspect anything fishy. So, I'm here. Uh, what's up everybody? Are you guys able to see the stream yet? I know there's people in the chat. Am I able to see the stream yet? Maybe I need to refresh? Hold on. Refresh that. There we go. Alright. It was messed up for me. Okay. Alright. Sweet. No! And now it's messed up again? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Alright, hold on. Silver Surfer Arena. Not Massacre. Okay. Alright. It should be good. It should be good. Yeah. Saw the early 34-second clip. Twas amused. Well, I tried to delete it real quick. Travis and an over a buck. Travis, thank you very much. Where's your last one at? Just build 5-star Void. What can I do with him? A whole lot. I have a pretty detailed guide on my channel about Void. It's like 25 minutes in length. I'd recommend checking that out. There's tons of Alliance War footage that I have using Void as well. Tons of all kinds of footage. His biggest and most unique. Oh, and I just realized too my screen is all messed up. It's out of frame. Son of a. But yeah, his best utility is pretty much reversing healing and power gain. That's kind of what makes him special. Well, let me see if I could fix this real quick. Unplug that. Plug that back in. Please. I have to restart OBS. Are you kidding me? We'll be right back, everybody. I see hashtag freezer. A whole lot of hashtag freezer. Thank you for the raid. What raid is this? Hang on, hang on. How do I... I'll be right back 1 second, guys. I gotta restart OBS. Okay. Technical difficulties behind us. Should be good to go now. Alright. Cool. Travis, yeah, thank you once again for the buck, man. Appreciate it. Congrats on the Void. Like I said, definitely recommend checking out the guide I made for him, but reversing, healing, and power gain, that's his coolest thing. Stop. Thank you very much. But alright. Guys, thank you for the raid, but ease up on the spam, alright? When you raid, you do it one time. You don't spam it over and over and over again. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Who is raiding, by the way? This hashtag freezer. That could be anybody. It could be absolutely anybody in the whole wide world. But thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, let's get started. Alright, are we gonna have to start timing people out now? Come on, man. Take it easy on the spam. Take it easy on the spam. Relax. Welcome. There's no need for that spam. Yeah, you can start timing out the spammers, guys. Alright. Did you see my tweet to you, Kranos? No, I didn't see any tweet. All out of love, BG? Well, I appreciate the love, but that's also a time to stop the spam. So yeah. No, Kranos, I didn't see the tweet though. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Uh. Oh, here we go. You were golden. Oh, Havok. Nice, man. Got that 6-star Havok. Is that variant 4, I'm guessing? I haven't stepped into variant 4 yet, so. Your 6-star Havok came right on time. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll get a chance to use them there. We got some other champions that I usually use to take down Electros, but I'm not sure what else that Electro has. Maybe I'll need them. Alright. Let's get some cutoffs going. We've got a big champion in the arena right now in Silver Surfer. So cutoffs are gonna be high. I'm guessing 80 million for Silver Surfer. Don't really know what he's gonna go for. Just a guess. We'll have to see. He's the highest prestige champion in the game though, so that's why I'm expecting his score to be high. He doesn't seem to be all that good. Well, maybe. We have to see. He's definitely not good in Labyrinth of Legends, I know that much. But in other content, he could be useful. We'll have to test him out. But he certainly doesn't seem like a super hype champion in terms of his abilities. Whether that hype will come later or not, we'll see. But for right now, his abilities aren't too impressive to most people. His score is basically just going to be all prestige. And because it's Silver Surfer, people even if Silver Surfer doesn't seem like a great champion, people just want Silver Surfer because they like Silver Surfer. And then is it? I think it's Medusa in the basic, right? Medusa, she's not going to go all that high. She's already been around for a while. I'll say like 1.9 for her. Should I just put it at 2 million just to? I'll leave it at 1.9. I'll leave it there. Alright. And Kranos sent it over to Kranos, thanks man, saying time to do arena with you. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I am behind on the grind as per usual, so I do need to get to grinding. But dude, thank you very much for the 2. Always good to have you around in here. And Black Seraphim also sending over $1. Black Seraphim, thanks man. Where's your last one at? BG, 5-star Corvus to 565 or 6-star Corvus to rank 2. I would go with the Awakened Champion. If your 6-star happens to be awakened, then I would go with the 6-star. But if your 6-star is not awakened, which is pretty damn hard to get a 6-star awakened, then I would go with the 5-star. And if they're both unawakened, I would probably go with the 5-star just because eventually you'd get the 5-star awakened faster than you get the 6-star. So yeah, that's what I would do. Black Seraphim, thank you very much for the 2. Also, the 5-star gains power a little bit faster than the 6-star. And yeah, Corvus' specials are kind of devastating. And yeah, kind of makes up for the slightly lower stats that the 5-star has. You can speak little Spanish. Pequinte. I think that's how you say a little bit, right? Not really. I don't really speak Spanish. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, but I don't really remember like any of it. Is that even how you say it? Hold on. Spanish to English. I should have said English to Spanish, I guess. There we go. I was close. I was close. It began with a P at least. Well, good enough. Okay. I might be coming back. Finally opened a good champ. Ooh, Bido. What is this good champ you speak of? Are they actually good, really good, or just okay good? If a mod has to translate what you're saying in order to moderate a chat, they're apt to time you out simpler. Yeah, guys, it's an English chat only. You know, I know this game is worldwide, and I love that this game is worldwide. I love that people come from all over to play this game. But because I can't speak any language other than English, then English is the only language allowed in here. Ricky Sams sending over a buck. Thank you very much. Saying Science Awakening gem to Void or Thing. Looking to do variants and start building for Act 6. I already have Awakened Cap Infinity if that makes a difference. Looking to do variants, huh? I would go with oh man, it's tough because I feel like Void kind of needs it more than Thing, but I want to say Thing. Like you can yeah, I would just say Thing. I would just say Thing. You know, you'll get another Awakening Gem for Void at another point in time. You have Cap. There is some crossover there in terms of utility with Cap and Void. That does make a difference. And Thing is really good for Variant 2. And yeah, it doesn't really need to be awakened for it, but it's nice to have. So I'd probably say Thing. But really, you could go either way. Thing also has higher prestige, which is another reason to go with him over Void. So yeah, I'd probably go with Thing. If you didn't tell me that you had Cap Infinity, I would have said Void. So yeah, that definitely makes a difference. But Ricky, thank you very much for the buck. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. BG, you speak Spanish every stream, at least one burrito message a night. That's true. I do love a good burrito. Alright, let's go do some stuff. First off, I gotta check on AQ. I think I have one more fight in my path. Yep, I sure do. Alright, let me knock this out real quick. Try to use Voodoo. This is the buffed up node. I unfortunately lost my Hyperion to Mordo, and my Voodoo is pretty low. I could do this fight with Venom. It'll be easier with Venom, but Venom is also my Section 3 champion, so I'm gonna try to do this without Venom. Bait this out real quick. I need to get to a special 2 though. Immediately. I'll get to a special 2, and then I'll use a special 1. Okay. Get my buffs going. Unfortunately, he's already lost all of his buffs, essentially. Ah, crap, I did the wrong combo. This node, there's a global node in this quest for doing like alternating combos, like combo enders. So end with a medium, 5-hit, and then end with a light, and you get some damage stacks. It helps. It's not really essential, but it helps. Okay, this should kill him. Okay, good. Got to save my Venom. Beautiful, beautiful. Cheetos sending over $2. Cheetos, love your product. I'm actually not that big a fan of Cheetos. Cheetos, thanks, man. Sent over 2, saying I have 2 6 stars at rank 2, 10 565s. Check out my profile. Looks cheesy. P.S. Happy birthday. I wonder who this could be. Cheetos. Is that your in-game name? Is this a bodyguard of Lakers, or is this not? I'm actually curious. I actually don't know. I can't tell. Let's look up and see if Cheetos is an account. It is not. Cheetos is a level 7 account. Let's look this up. Wow, look at that profile. Uh-oh. Dun-dun. 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 Lola. She's kicking like crazy. Cheetos are wonderful. Aha. So it is a Lakers bodyguard. Is that, wait, what account, what's your account name, Lakers bodyguard? Is it just, I can't remember. Is it just Lakers bodyguard? I never remember people's account names. Aha. It is. Hoo, 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 hoo. Got that Doom in the profile. Looking good, looking good. Sig 200, Sig 200. Very, very nice. Cheetos. You offend me, infidel. Wow. Cheetos, thank you very much for your generosity. Black Seraphim sent over another buck as well, saying, BG, do you remember the show Kim Possible? I do, but I never watched it. Will Friedle, I think, was one of the voice actors for that show, right? I'm pretty sure. Who was like the older brother on Boy Meets World? Well, now I gotta look it up. Kim Possible. I remember seeing commercials for it or something, but I never watched it. Aha, it is. Yeah, he was Ron Stoppable. What a name. But yeah, I kind of remember it from that because I always thought that guy was really talented, really funny, and everything. But I knew he was in the show, but I never seen it. Thank you for another buck. Let me update. It's a big old D. And Yuki also sent in over 5. Yuki, thank you very much, dude. Brian, what are the best options for Mysterio in 6.3.5? Don't have Cap, Infinity, Nick Fury, or Torch. Should I just plow through with Unit Man and Corvus? Maybe. Hyperion seemed to be okay. He didn't seem to be great, but he seemed to be okay. Nick Fury was the best for me. Out of the champions I tried. Cap was also pretty good, and Hyperion was also pretty good. Yeah, I would say just like a poison immune champion. A solid poison immune champion. It's pretty much the best thing you can do. If you don't have some of those other ones, so you don't eat the poison over time, and yeah, I think that's it. Yuki, thank you very much for the 5. Appreciate it, man. Hey BG, what's up, Omar? Have a ton of 5-star generic stones to use. Should I max Void, add to Darkhawk, Sig 20, or Awaken and add to new Captain Marvel? Feel like Void is already strong enough at 140 currently. Thanks. I don't know how Captain Sparkles scales. Does she need high Sig? I don't know. Here's what I can tell you about Darkhawk, though. Darkhawk, he kind of does need a high sig level, or else his damage output is not super impressive. So I'd be kind of inclined to give it to him, but I don't know who you use, you know? Like, the most important thing is to give it to champions that you're actually taking advantage of, really using and, you know, getting value out of that way, rather than just kind of dumping them into a champion that you're not using. If you do use Darkhawk or have plans to use Darkhawk, then I think he's a good champion to throw them into. He gains a lot of additional damage from that, and auto block safety and stuff. Okay, I need to go hit the arena. 20 minutes in, I haven't done a damn thing other than one AQ fight. But Chicken Tender sending over a buck, saying, Brian, so the caustic temper of Mordo has been the source of all my pain today, and I'm sad to say that after all of it, best thing to come from my 100% openings was the 10 units from Quest Crystals. Caustic Temper Mordo? Is that variant 4? That doesn't sound familiar. 10 units from openings, though. That's solid, man. I'd say it's worth it. Whatever it took to get those 10 units. Absolutely worth it. But, dude, thank you for the buck, Chicken Tender. Yeah, yeah, variant 4. Okay, all right. Yeah, I haven't stepped foot in variant 4 yet. Sunday. Uniman it is then. 5 paths left to 100%, 6.3. Of course, all of them in the Mysterio quest. That fight is pretty brutal, man. It's pretty brutal. Mr. Grand Crim Mysterio Special 1, like Reflect the Reflect. I don't think so. Wait, is it all damage? Or is it only damage when you get hit? Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you can. Because it's not just when you get hit, right? Because I remember doing the Variant 3 quest and fighting Emma, and I think I took some damage from using my special when I wasn't supposed to, or something like that. Oh wait, Star saying Mysterio only reflects damage from hit. Well, maybe that was it. Black Seraphim sending over another buck. Thank you, dude. Where's your last one? Can you change it from Big D to Big Man Thing? Well, that makes no sense at all, because Big D stands for donation. Big Man Thing would be something else entirely, so I cannot do that. I see no connection between Big D and what you are recommending. Not even slightly at all. And I also don't need anyone to explain it. Black Seraphim, thank you for another buck, man. Which one to rank 5 first? 5-star Sig 100 Namor or 5-star Sig 100 Ghost? Depends on what your needs are. I think Ghost is the stronger champion between the two overall. But you may need a Namor in your life. Namor is fantastic in his own right, for his own reasons. He also has higher prestige than Ghost. I'm going to die here. Nope, I'm going to live. And not everyone enjoys Ghost's unique playstyle. I mean, Namor has a unique playstyle too, but not as unique since you're still doing like parry 5-hit combo kind of thing. But in general, I do consider Ghost to be the stronger champion. If struck while reflect up, the incoming damage is stored. Aha, okay. Got it. What's up, B. Daniels? BG finally got a 3-4 2016 Cosmic and took Hyperion up immediately. Nice, dude. Been waiting so long to see if I got a gem for him and Venom. Dude, nice. Congrats. That's good stuff. Good old Hyperion. BG, with the Stargates in Variant 4, can you showcase lower ranked man things so people whose man thing might not be as big as yours can feel better? I'm afraid I only have a big man thing. Big man thing is all I got. I don't think I have a little man thing. I can check. I can check if I have a little man thing, but I'm pretty sure only a big man thing. BG, quick grammar question. Is it officially ironic to draw a Sentinel right after finishing Variant 3, or only if you draw it with Variant 3 rewards, or is all of it just sad? If you pull a Sentinel at any point in time, then there's nothing to be sad about. I mean, it's... I get it. Like, yeah, you would have loved to have that Sentinel for a variant, I'm sure. And okay, I'd be a little bit sad too, I guess, but I would still be psyched just to have a Sentinel. You know, the real sad thing is if you pulled Iron Patriot after after completing that quest, you know. So 6.2 breakdown with a question mark. What is that? Talking about like a guide you want to see, or I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Bart, honest question: would you give Ghost a generic awakening gem, or would you learn to love her without it? Depends on how I was using her. If I was using her for a Legends run, then yes, I would give her the generic. If I wasn't using her for a Legends run, I only have one generic at the moment, and I'd probably hold on to it unless I needed her for another reason. So, love the uncensored video, almost in tears. Yeah, Candy Candy put that one together. It's pretty well done. But yeah, I do think it makes a pretty big difference, Ghost awakened versus unawakened. She's still powerful unawakened, but that's just because she's Ghost. Like, of course, she's the strongest champion in the game. So having her unawakened, she's still exceptionally powerful, but she's not at her full potential. IBG accidentally purchased featured 5-star crystal instead of regular one. Ended up getting Red Hulk. I hate featured crystals, and this is the punishment I got. Is Red Hulk good unawakened? Sort of. Red Hulk. He's a decently powerful champion. People pair him up all the time with their dominoes and stuff. He's got poison immunity. His damage output is pretty decent with his secondary damage. His awaken ability, in most situations, is not essential, but it does make his damage ramp up take a little bit longer. And he also gains, what, Incinerate resistance or something like that, which eventually gets to 100%, so he does miss out on that as well. But yeah, he doesn't really need to be awakened, I would say. But oh, actually, this is what I was really intending to say. Because he's only like a pretty decent champion and not a holy crap Red Hulk is the god of the contest type of champion, then he does kind of need all the help he can get. So you may not find yourself playing him a whole lot until you get him awakened, and even when you get him awakened, if you don't have a domino, then you probably won't play him a lot either way. But he doesn't need to be awakened, you know. What else was I gonna say though? There was one other thing. It's escaping me right now. Oh yeah, about the featured crystal. If that ever happens again, if you accidentally buy the featured crystal, send a support ticket in. Of course, it's too late if you've already opened the crystal. But if you accidentally clicked on it and you have not opened that crystal, you can probably get the support people to refund you the shards and take back the crystal. Say, oops, it was an accident. Just clicked on it mistakenly. Can I please have my shards back? And yeah, they probably would refund it for you. I've never heard of anybody doing that for a crystal, but I know people do that for awakening gems and some other things like that. So, and my 6-star Red Hulk put in work for Variant 2, so in my book he's a god. He is good for Variant 2. XL size and all. PG, who do you think I should rank up, Venom or OG Thor? Neither are awakened. Venom, without a doubt. Like Thor is, you know, he's a fine champion, pretty fun to play with the stuns and stuff like that. But Venom, yeah, I would put Venom on another level compared to OG Thor. Venom the Duck, Venom the Duck, Venom the Duck, BG 2K19. What's up, Shark? Venom the Duck, he's going to go up pretty soon. I am saving resources for him. Better question, which of the top 3 champs you wouldn't hesitate giving a generic to? There is no champion like that. Wouldn't hesitate? Do you know me, Bido? Dude, wouldn't hesitate. There is no situation of wouldn't hesitate without thinking about like what I need and all that stuff. Like there's no just automatic, oh, I pulled this champion, generic. Night Nights, alright Star, have a good one. How are you liking Colossus at rank 5? I like him. I've only used them in 6.3 so far, but I expect to use him elsewhere. He's worth it. Wolverine, he just dropped it without thinking. That's true. Hi, Mr. Grant. How many units you think that a player can... Oh, did I not get my special off? Hold on. Where is this? How many units do you think that a player can waste with Aegon at 565 to explore a labyrinth? It's gonna change for everybody, but a lot of people with a 565 Aegon seem to be able to get through labyrinth without spending too many units. Like if you save up a decent number of revives from like the daily events and stuff, then people have said they're able to get through without spending any units. But it's gonna vary, of course, depending on your skills in the game. And I mean, even if you are really good at the game, sometimes people just have off days. It happens. You kind of slip up and end up dying a bit more. But yeah, some people are able to do it without spending any units, just with the saved revives they have. Least hesitation? Well, Iron Man is going to be the first one that I would hesitate the least with. OG Iron Man? Joel, according to Joel. Generic worthy, for sure. No, I don't know. Omega Red, I guess, is number 1. Because he needs it. And he's a suicide mastery god. I don't know if there's others. Because you go through some of the other most powerful champions in the game, and you know, let's start with someone like Thing. In some cases he needs the awaken ability, and in some cases he does not. Then you have someone like Ghost, who, you know, again, Ghost, the definitely noticeable difference having her awakened versus not, but she can still be played unawakened. Corvus's awakened ability is great, but that cheat death only matters when you're looking to cheat death. Can be played without it as well. Warlock, also doesn't need to be awakened. Doom doesn't need to be awakened. Like, there's a lot of champions that don't really need to be awakened. Would have assumed Void and Omega were the given two. Well, Void, yeah, but I actually don't use my Void a whole lot right now, so I wouldn't just automatically give him the generic, you know? But Void is a great champion to awaken, still, of course. But yeah, man, it's not how I play the game, you know? You always got to think about the situation that you're in. Otherwise, you could end up wasting gems. I mean, I gave a generic to Voodoo, and that was for prestige. A generic. Ugh. At least I use him now. Next level up in Mutant Advancement. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a level up and Mutant Advancement right now, right? Hold on, I'll read the rest of that in a second. I need to go look and see if that's still active. Okay, beautiful. Thanks to level up and Mutant Advancement, just took my Omega to 565 Sig 200. I'm literally salivating. Nice, dude. Very nice. And is Void still... No, Void is not still broken. They fixed that. Brian, so I have a Mutant 4-5 gem, and I have an X23. JK, I'm probably going to save it for Domino's Sweet Rear End. Since she put in a lot of work over the last 2 days as a 2 and 4 star. Nice. BG, who do you think the best Mystic is now? Claire, Doom, Sim Supreme, or someone else? Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really look in terms of like best. It's more of like best for the situation. I think the one, if I could only pick one mutant champ, or I'm sorry, one Mystic champion to have though, I think it would be Doom. I like Doom's playstyle. It's really fun. I don't know if he's the strongest. Claire might be stronger. And of course, Sim Supreme in the right situation is an absolute monster as well. But yeah, Claire might be the strongest. I don't have Claire or Doom at a high level to really know for sure though. All right, let's go look to see who I can rank up. Claim some of this stuff first. Don't need to hold it anymore. I definitely want to rank up another mutant champion because I'm still in a situation where if I look at my catalysts, I have too many mutant catalysts. If I look at all my tier 4 class cats, then yeah, 8 mutant, 8 skill, and 8 tech. I need to rank up those 3 class types before I can pop open more tier 4 class cat crystals to then get the cosmic cats needed to rank up Venom the Duck. That's what Venom the Duck is waiting on. Level up your Havok? I may. But I also want to rank up another champ as well, so. How am I tier 1 alpha doing? Oh, I have 12. Any in the overflow? Okay, 4 in the overflow. So I can rank up a 5-star, or I can rank up another 4-star. Right now I have a lot more tier 4 basic than tier 1 alpha, so I might go with a 4-star on this one. Let's see, let's look at the 4 stars first. I could rank up Colossus, but I just took him up. Cyclops has been at rank 4 forever, and he's probably going to stay at rank 4, but it would allow me to ditch some class cats, whereas the other champions would not, unless I did a double rank up. Let's look at the 5s. So X23 is rank 3 already. Yeah, so it'd be Cable. Cable through Beast is the rank ups that I'd be looking at for the 5 stars. Cable and Bishop I already have as 6 stars. Cyclops I have as a 6 star as well, so it'd probably be Cyclops or Beast that I'd actually rank. You gotta chill out on the spam. Ease up on that spam. I'm gonna answer your question this time, but if I see you spamming again, then I'm just gonna time you out and not answer your question about tips for 5.2.4. That's the Masochism quest. You could pick up the Despair Mastery if you're using champions that have a lot of debuffs, and that will reduce the healing. And using those champions that have a lot of debuffs will likely eat the Masochism, and then you could, parry stun. Or just have to parry stun twice to get your openings, to get that stun going. With a high damage champion to overcome the extra healing. Or bait out heavy attacks, this way you don't even have to parry stun to trigger a debuff and trigger that healing. It's a very tough quest, but those are 3 ways to handle it at least. Wait until you do variant 4. I ended up ranking up Warlock and helped a lot in the 4-star section. I mean, that is until Sunday. Yeah, I want to take advantage of this level up, so if I need another champion for variant, it's fine. I could rank up another one or even wait. I don't necessarily need to get that done right away. Let me see these 4 stars again. I mean, if Sunspot was higher, I would have loved to rank him up out of all of these. But he's not higher. Just so I can get a better feel for him. Also, by the way, I did not get Namor in the arena. Pretty sad about that, actually. But it's okay. I'll probably pull him out of a crystal at some point. Let's go with Domino, I guess. She hits hardest for the arena. Wait, let me check ISO. Forgot to do that. Okay. Oh yeah. Still sitting pretty good on mutant ISO. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. I could just do that Cyclops too. None of these rank ups really matter. Why am I wasting so much time? I don't know. Cyclops. I'll go Havok. Yeah, I'll go Havok. This way I can test them out, Awakened, and see how important his Awakened ability is and stuff like that. I mean, I kind of already have tested him out in the past, but I'll rank him up. I'm a Domino #1 Mutant Refresher. Or seems slow. Omega Red. Seems slow. That's a good point. Is there PI high? When ranked up? Yeah, okay. Alright, change of plans. I'm gonna do that. For when I need to boost. I need to ditch this ISO. Pulling the good stuff. Whoops. Don't forget to sell your excess ISO, guys, during the gold boost. If you need to use the ISO, then of course use it. Don't sell it. But now is a good time to sell it. That's good. Can you show me your masteries? I'll show after I rank these champs up. Hang on. Sometimes I spend hours looking at them over and over. What, like to decide your rank ups? Yeah. Can be tough. Figuring out what you want to do. Alright, I'll pull in a little bit of smaller ISO to take her to 550. Oh, her PI is kind of low. I mean, she's fast, I'm sure, but... a little surprised that her PI is that low. Where does that put her? Oh, look at look at poor Colossus. Everyone else has the thumbs up, or not the thumbs up, the up arrow in the top right corner. His is a little bit droopy. Oh, Colossus, poor you. All right. Yeah, she's pretty low. She's pretty low. Oh well. Okay, I need to go to my 6 stars now. And yeah, we'll level up this Havok. Sure, why not? I've got infinite gold, right? Psych. Is Ghost the #1 tech refresher? Ghost is lower PI. She is low PI, yeah. I mean, PI doesn't matter as much as speed, I guess. It's just, I was a little surprised. I thought her PI was higher. As long as it's relatively close to the others, you know. That's good. What the fudge and a candy fall... Wait, what? What the fudge and a candy falling out of a Mexican piñata after being busted open is up, Bry Guy? Wow. What up, J Divine? What an intro. It appears I've claimed too much of the big ISO. Whoops. Okay, Havok, level 25. That should be plenty good for the level up event. Yes, okay. Cool. Let's claim this stuff real quick. Okay, we're good. Okay, I said I'd show Masteries. Show that real quick. Here's my current mastery setup. Full suicide masteries. Nothing in the bottom right tree. Maxed out willpower and coagulate. Very standard left half of the defensive tree for me. Maxed out limber. Maxed out parry. Maxed out stupefy. 1 point in mystic dispersion. Just because I had an extra point to put somewhere. And a couple of detection masteries. And this is my current build. My masteries, they change all the time. A few points here and there at least change all the time. If I wasn't taking the path that I'm taking in war, I would have the points out of the detection masteries. Maybe I'd put them in Mystic Dispersion. I have 3 out of 5 there. What I normally do with those 3, though, is I would have them in Despair. I love having maxed out Despair. That's probably what I would do. That's more of a standard build for me. But with the path I take in War, I have to have Detection Masteries. You think Blade still deserves a rank up? Yeah, he's still worthy of ranking up. Absolutely. It's not as like automatic as it was in the past. You got to think about it a little bit more, what you need. The game has changed. The defenders, some of them are bleed immune. A lot of them are bleed immune, in fact. And other nodes have come out that Blade can't handle as effectively, but he's still a very powerful champion. ABG found pretty good synergy team with Mr. Fantastic, Darkhawk, Venom, Night Thrasher, and Vulture. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I know what most of them do. I love the synergy between Darkhawk and Venom. That's one of my favorites. Night Thrasher starts him out in one of his modes, right? Vulture, I think, adds, is it 5 crit and increased damage over time stuff? And then the one with Venom either gives crit or power gain based on hero or villain. And then Mr. Fantastic, is that just for the power sting? Sounds like a cool team. I like it. Jack almost sending over 2 of them Australian bucks. Jack, thank you very much, dude. Saying, hey BG, how's it going? Just hit level 60, and man, I like a few extra mastery points. Yeah, sure, man, we all would. Would you spend units if Kabam released, say, 2 extra mastery points? Oh, absolutely, yeah. I don't actually think that they should, though. The thing about Masteries is you can't get them all, and that's kind of what makes them interesting, is you have to make that choice. And even if there was 2 extra, like, yeah, you're not going to get them all, having those 2 extra, right? There's a lot of points missing. But there needs to be, you need to draw the line somewhere, you know? And I feel like right now we have just enough points to like really customize our characters and stuff without being able to pick up like all of the good ones. So yeah, I kind of like not having like, I like that they didn't keep just adding more and more and more points. But if Kabam ever made a way to like get more points, that'd be like priority number 1. I would spend 100,000 units on on an additional mastery point. You know, it would make your characters stronger permanently. All right, maybe 100,000 is too much. I don't know if I'll ever get 100,000 units, but point is, I would spend a lot. I would spend more on those 2 points than I do on like all of these bundles. Like, you give me a choice between picking up a Cyber Monday offer for 15,000 units or buying a mastery point for 15,000 units, and I would get the mastery point. Just to give an idea. Yeah, what Coat's saying too, make sure you pick up the mastery points for Act 4 Exploration. Yes, absolutely. So that is a way to get some additional mastery points if you fully explore Act 4, if you have not done that yet. BG, I died in war, first death of the season. Ah, Carl, it happens, man. Don't worry about it. It does suck, as always. And hey, at least, what, is this the 4th war? Yeah, because we're 2-1, I think, right? So yeah, making it to the 4th war, and having your first death here, it's pretty good. Let's go, night, working a different schedule soon. Love you all. All right, Shark, have a good one, man. Let me know it was a good option for that variant 4 Deadpool, not Ghost of Sparkles. Sorry, man, I haven't done it yet. I've seen some videos floating around, but I haven't done it yet myself to know what that fight's all about. BG, I love how you are so nice and good at the game. Makes me want to get better. Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words. You will get better as long as you keep playing. Keep watching guides on how to improve your ability and little tricks here and there from other champions and stuff. You'll absolutely get better. ABG, better rank up X23 or Old Man Logan, both unawakened. I want to say Old Man Logan because he got updated, but I haven't played him enough to know for sure. I don't really know. I don't really know. But it's I would think Old Man Logan just because of the update, but again I don't really know for sure. Hey BG, I'm currently running Mem Test 86, and I was 3 hours into testing my RAM overclock and got an error. I guess I won't be able to run over DDR4 3200 on this Ryzen 5 1600. Does it make a difference? Overclocking RAM? I've never even thought about overclocking RAM, to be honest with you. I mean, I imagine it helps, right? But how much does it help? Is it worth it? Man, yeah, I still have to look into all the stuff that I'm gonna be getting from my next computer. But I'm gonna give that a little bit more time, I guess. A little bit more time. Hashtag Coop sent me. Coop, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. I also thought everyone was gonna come over. Did they not? It's alright. That's what happens in raids. Some people go, some people don't. BG got a 5-star Venom the Duck today. Nice, Shane. Any pro tips, please, since he is your MVP? Thanks. Yeah, I can share some philosophy on Venom the Duck. This isn't an exact how to play guide, what I'm about to share with you, but overall, the biggest mistake I see players do with Venom the Duck is they put too much priority on the regen buff. The way Venom the Duck works is you're allowed to gain, or you gain a buff every, I don't know, 20 seconds or something like that, and you can bank up to 3 of those buffs per fight. And what banking does is allows you to carry those buffs over to the next fight, or when you pop your special 3, it reapplies those buffs to you. And you can bank a maximum of 10 total buffs no matter how many fights you do. And what I see a lot of people do is they bank regen buffs, because of course regen is one of the most powerful tools in this entire game. But if you think about it, and I think this is why a lot of people don't like Venom the Duck, they end up not liking Venom the Duck, not initially at least. If you think about what you do when you're banking regen, is you're not gaining, you don't have any increase to your attack or power gain or any of that stuff, nothing offensive, and it kind of turns you into a King Groot, and a lot of people don't like King Groot. Turns you into a less effective King Groot in some ways. So you don't want to stack a lot of regen. Getting 1 regen a fight is good. 2 regens can sometimes be good. Any more than that, and probably not good. The power gain buff is his most important buff. That is by far his strongest buff. But you also want to spread them out because the more you have of one type of buff, the less benefit you get out of like each additional buff on top of it, you know? So I'll use the regen as an example just because let's say you have one regen, it heals for 1500 health. The next regen on top of that will only heal for 1300 and so on. I think it's reduced by 10% each time, so that was not exact numbers. But anyway, yeah, you wanna focus on the more offensive buffs. Power gain is the most important. Crit is also incredibly important because that's how you trigger bleeds or degen on the opponent. So power gain, top priority. Crit, like second priority. Fury is also really good, of course, and just increasing your attack overall. And then if you can stack in a regen along there, that's generally pretty good. But with Venom the Duck, he's the type of champion where you can really customize the buffs that you're gaining for whatever situation you find yourself in. There are some situations where you do want to stack a lot of regens. They're just much more rare, I would say. Generally stick to, again, getting like a few power gains, a few crit, a few fury, and a small number of regen, and you'll be good to go. Because it's RNG based, you don't always have full control. Well, yeah, you don't really have full control over it. So you're not going to build up Venom the Duck exactly the same every fight, but that should give you an idea of how to play him. Basically, when you see the regen buffs, just don't bank them. You still get the benefit of having that regen on you for the period of time, but just don't bank. And you bank it with a heavy attack or a special. And yeah, that's about as good of... Maybe that was even too much to start with. He's slightly complicated, but not really complicated. Once you get the hang of things. BG, do you think there are any skills players can take from MCOC, the game itself, and the alliance aspect to real life stuff? I.e. working with the group, team building, setting goals, getting promoted, etc. Absolutely, yeah. If you are a leader or an officer of an alliance, you can absolutely take that to, like apply those same skills to your job and everything. Actually, that kind of happened to me with World of Warcraft. I wasn't the leader of my guild, same thing as an alliance, but I was the leader of I was the raid leader. I didn't raid a lot in that game, but there was towards the end I did a little bit of raiding, which consisted of 10 people in a group, and I was kind of I was directing everyone on what they needed to do. And I definitely gained some leadership skills from that and applied that to my job, and I was getting promoted to that role, basically more of a it was like a supervisor type role where, yeah, I was leading people at my job. And yeah, I definitely saw those skills kind of coming through there. Even if you're not in a leadership role in this game, I would say even just being part of a group and understanding that everyone's different, everyone, it's you just get more experience. Whereas if you've never worked with anyone before, you might not understand differences between people, and that could lead to I don't know what the right way of saying it is. It could lead to misunderstandings. It could lead to frustrations. Maybe, maybe through this game you understand that, hey, you could if you're having an issue with somebody, all you need to do is talk to them. You know? Just a very simple... like, let's say they're not tagging you when they clear you an alliance quest or something like that. That might get really frustrating. But all you have to do is talk to them. Be like, hey man, can you just tag me when you free me an AQ? And that's it, you know? As simple as that. And if you don't learn, like, it's so simple, right? it's so incredibly simple. But someone who doesn't have any experience working with other people or anything like that, you might not do that, and you might just get frustrated and build up rage, and then yeah, I don't know. Start yelling like, dude, tag me! I don't know. I think you probably get what I'm talking about, right? I can't put it into words that well, but yeah, no, 100%. Those things cross over. I think there's even been people who, on like their college applications, they put down things like that they were like leaders in games for their alliances. I don't know if anyone's done it for MCOC, but for other games, I know they have done it for things like World of Warcraft, and like the college recruiters or whoever goes through that stuff, like they see that too, and people have used that to like get into college. Chicken Tender sending over $1. And so Shorty was fired. Wait, what? Yeah, I applied my old officer skills at work the other day. I noticed some dude who was 5'11", and an applicant was 6'1", and I was like, this is just like when I had to kick people for prestige. And so Shorty was fired. Wow. Reading the second part first, I thought you were talking about something entirely different. How sometimes people refer to girls as Shorty, you know? But yeah, well done. Way to fire that person for not being as tall. Here's the way I kind of look at things. You learn from everything you do. Absolutely everything you do. I mean, even like not everything applies to, you know, you can't sit down and watch TV and have what you learned watching TV necessarily apply to your job. I mean, maybe you can if it's like marketing or something like that. But even just watching TV, like, you learn things, you know? Even if it's not like educational. I mean, just watching like science fiction type stuff. But you know, you can learn how people build up suspense in storytelling and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you learn. That's just how people are wired. We learn from everything we do. So if you put a bunch of people together and force them to work together, whether it's playing a game or accomplishing some like actual corporate style thing, you're gonna learn and be able to take that stuff over. I mean, I think a lot of people who are in leadership roles in this game also have leadership roles in what they do for a living. It's not always, but it goes both ways. Black Sarah from sending over another $1. Where are you at? BG, would you agree that sometimes you just gotta shove it in? I think you're talking about cooking. And yeah, when the oven heats up, you gotta... It's time to put that casserole in. Thank you for the $1, Black Seraphim. God. I don't even know what to say to these messages anymore, man. What the heck are you saying? Oh, man. After finding the right team, I realized that there are some great leaders and people out there who truly want the best from you and willing to train and encourage you. Learned real lessons about life. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. I think that's something that, like, I think that's one of the biggest things that you can learn as a leader, or just like how to get the best out of the group that you're with. You know, if you're like, there's people out there that don't understand, and they might just like yell at their team members, right? Whether it's this game or the company you work for or whatever, right? And that is not the best way to get the most out of your team. And yeah, like, it's so funny, man, the way life works. Like, the most selfish thing you can do, like, because you need a good team with you, right? That's how you're gonna get the best rewards. So like the most selfish thing you could do in this game is to not be a dick, and like really encourage people to learn and grow and stuff like that, and spend time doing that stuff. I mean, there's a certain balance. If someone's never played the game before, you can't really take the time to just throw them in the top alliance and teach them every little thing possible, but it's definitely worth taking in somebody who maybe isn't quite there yet, spending the time to, teach them whatever they need to learn, as long as they're willing, and then you get rewarded for it too. So it's like selfish and not selfish at the same time. Did you say the most selfish thing you could do is not be a dick? Kind of. Maybe it was a poor job of explaining it. But I mean, what I mean is, like, by not being selfish, you are getting the best. Like, by not being selfish, it is being selfish at the same. Like, I don't know, man. Bad way of explaining it. Bad way of explaining it. Listen, words are not my thing, as you guys know. But hopefully you guys understand at least. You get the best rewards, you know? Check, I need to be more of a dick to people. Oh, God. Black Seraphim sending over $1. Another $1. Where is your last one? Say you agree. Wow. Well, I do agree. But I also think you're crazy. Like, crazy's not always bad. Thank you, man. Eric Stockley sent it over 5 as well, saying BG keeping PG. Trying, man. Trying my best. Eric, thank you very much for the 5, dude. I appreciate it. Eat shellfish to win? Yeah, let's just say that. But yeah, I mean, I guess to dig this hole even deeper, to dig myself in this hole even deeper, you get those people out there that, like, they don't care about the people with them, right? They just want the best rewards for themselves. They'll yell and scream, and if things aren't going their way, then they'll kick those people and find other people and stuff like that. But you're not. I mean, that's not the best way to approach things. Like I said too, there's also a balance where, you know, unfortunately, sometimes people do have, you know, they're just not willing to learn, not willing to grow, or when you get real competitive with things, then of course, to be the best of the best, then you can still be nice to people, but unfortunately sometimes you do have to part ways and stuff. But anyway, gotta disagree, BG. What's best for the company as a whole isn't always gonna make friends with coworkers. I mean, you're right, but how do I put this? Like getting the most out of your team, like getting the most out of the people that you do have. I guess all I'm trying to say is don't be a dick to the people that are like, if you're a manager or something like that, you got to be good to your staff. I mean, if you're not, then I don't think your company's gonna last long. I mean, maybe it'll last long enough for you to make a buttload of money and then retire or something like that. But you gotta treat the people that you're working with like they're actual people and not just like they're there to help you make money. Even if that's why you hired them, is to help you make money. They're still people at the end of the day. Plus, you also got to think about like happiness as a whole. Money is not everything. Making like stuffing your pockets with the most amount of money, it doesn't necessarily lead to the most fulfilling life. Well, listen, Brian, I just fired a guy for being 5'11", and now you tell me to be nicer to them. Where were you yesterday? Well, hey, man, maybe if you work at a modeling agency where you need someone taller than 5'11", you know? That's why I said, are you happy, BG? Huh? I mean, I'm happy, yeah. It's just a meme account. Oh, is this a fake Kabam Mike account? Sorry, man, we don't have any imposters. No, we have a no imposture rule in here, so you're gonna have to come back on a different account because there is a real Kabam Mike, and we got to be able to tell the difference. So. It's just a game. Sending over 2 saying, will the new Kabam game ruin MCOC? Well, time will tell, I guess, but I don't think it'll ruin MCOC, no. They're 2 separate games, you know? So I think that there's going to be some like story-related things between the 2, but I don't see how it could really ruin MCOC. Unless there's something that you're thinking of that I'm not thinking of. But I can't really see it happening. But dude, thank you very much for the 2. I appreciate it. BG, why kids are stupid? I don't know, man. I guess just how we are when we're born. We know nothing. We know absolutely nothing. Can't survive without somebody being there, taking care of our every need, and it doesn't change overnight. You don't become a smart adult overnight. It takes time. So you start out being practically useless in life, and then you start to learn and become less stupider. That's words, right? And then you become more smarter when you become less stupider and adulter. Some kids are really smart though, man. Some kids are really, really smart. Some kids are smarter than I'll ever be. BG, I wish I could donate, but I can't. But I will. It's all good, man. This is a free-to-watch stream. You do not need to. Don't feel the need to donate or anything like that. Alex Rojo, send a note, or is that? Am I supposed to say that's Rojo? Oh man, we were just going over Spanish stuff earlier. Alex, I'll just say Alex. I'm so sorry if I messed up your name. Alex, thank you very much for hitting that member button. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, or join, or whatever it looks like these days. But thank you very much. Welcome. Please enjoy your banana along with all of these fantastic custom emojis that you now have access to. Thank you. Hey buddy, what's up, Super Dirty Pickle? I love myself some banana. Yes, man, awesome. Read Pixie last, or check Twitter then read last? Okay. Hang on, I'll check Twitter and then I'll read Pixie Bell's last. Thank you so much for Variant 4. Thank you, Pixie Bell, for the most amazing poll. Ooh, Pixie Bell. Did you just pull Justin a 5-star Namor? Holy moly. And you have a gem for him? Beautiful. Beautiful. What was Pixie Bell's last? The last was check Twitter mustard on a bagel. Is that my new name? Mustard on a bagel? Well, I accept. That's who I am. Morning BG. Can't get past Aegon, Boss, and Uncollected 3.1. Any advice? I haven't stepped foot in Uncollected this month. I don't know what that Aegon has. So Douglas, I'm sorry. I don't have much to share for advice. Aegon, usually good answers to Aegon could be champions that can nullify the Furies in some way, like Voodoo. Take advantage of every time you're hitting him, he's generating those Furies. I don't know if that's possible with this, whatever nodes he has. I mean, Aegon generally doesn't need that strong encounters. I don't know what he has though. I'm guessing, you know what I'm guessing? I'm guessing Aegon probably has that one node where he's rapidly gaining combo throughout the fight, and that carries over. That's a pretty annoying one. Oh, debuff immune, bubble shield, and Lazarus. Are those the nodes? Debuff immune, bubble shield. Okay, well, forget about the thing I said with Voodoo. Debuff immune, bubble shield, and Lazarus. Lazarus is the one where when they're dying, they come back with 20% health over and over, right? Something like that. Well, here's something about Bubble Shield that I didn't know for the longest time. Maybe this will help. Bubble Shield, you know, after 10 blocked hits, their next attack is unblockable. But it's only their next attack. So after you know you have 10 blocked hits, you have the 10 charges on yourself, whatever you want to call them. Then you have to get out of the way of the next attack, right? But then after that, you can go back to blocking. So I don't know if that helps, but I died in war because I didn't know that once, and then someone told me, and I've kind of been fine ever since. I don't know if anyone else has any tips to share. Maybe someone else has some tips to share for you. Oh, it's Power Shield, not Bubble Shield? Well, okay. Whoops. Forget everything I said. With Power Shield. Oh god, Black Seraphim, why? Doob says Morningstar slays it. My bad, BG, that's all good. Warlock works against Aegon. Ooh, does he prevent the healing? Mysterio would probably be good too, right? Debuff immune, but his passive. Sim Supreme wrecks him. Okay. Hyperion is good for Aegon. 400% attack does a lot. I could see that, just getting to a special 3. BG, I am uncollected but level 50. I have 2 tier 2 alpha and overflow. I don't know how I've gotten those. 15 days till they expire. What to do? I haven't 100% Act 4 or full completion of Act 5 yet. Hold on. I mean, are you able to use them at all? Do you not have the other resources to use the tier 2 alpha? How many can you hold right now, Robert? You might be able to expand the amount if you can gain enough levels in time, but level 50, they might not. Your storage might not expand until level 60, which would be pretty tough to do in 15 days. It can be done, especially with the boost that we have right now. If you pop a 50% experience boost and then use a bunch of energy refills, you'll gain experience pretty quick, but still, you'd have to play a pretty good amount to gain levels that quickly. There's the Summoner's Sigil. I don't know if you have the Sigil or not, but that could expand your storage. But I mean, if you're able to use them at all to rank up a champion, then, you know, just do that. Even if it's not the most ideal champion, getting to use them rather than them expiring would be nice. Happy Friday the 13th, folks. Have a lucky day. Such well if your time zones have it in. Ooh. Are we coming up to a Friday the 13th in 11 minutes for West Coast at least? Be careful. Stay away from any kind of black cats or ladders. Don't walk under a ladder or something like that. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant to go back to this. Slim Mike sent over 2. Slim Mike, thank you very much. Saying, to be fair, BG, you are no gray poupon. That's true. Yeah, I'm not a gray poupon. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any gray poupon? Oh, man. Those commercials were amazing. But dude, Slim Mike, thank you very much for the 2. I appreciate it, man. So don't walk under a black cat I've poured salt on. Got it. Yes. Brian, don't you have a black cat? Not anymore. She's no longer with us. She's still alive. She's just not with us. We're not allowed to have cats in this apartment. So a friend of Laura's is the new mama to the cat. Is that how it works? Yeah. Cracks on concrete too? Yeah, best just to not go outside, really. About to do Act 4 BG, but I'm not sure if I can do it because of my skill. Give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. It's worth trying. Just don't use... Here's the best way I found to feel out new content to see if you're ready for it. Enter the quest. You know, bring your top champions, of course. Enter the quest and just test it out. See how far you can get but don't use any items. If you get close to the end and you have to use a couple of items, okay, you know, it's not too bad. But if you're like 2 fights into the quest and half your team is wiped out already, then you're not quite ready yet, and that's fine. That's kind of how this game was made, you know. You should never feel bad about not being ready to do some content. It's designed that way. There's these hurdles that you kind of have to get over in order to keep progressing. Even all the way up to the, even the most experienced of players are going to find these situations where maybe you just don't have the right champion for it yet. Or maybe it is some skill that you need to kind of practice and develop, and maybe it's both. But that's fine. You just back out. No harm, no foul. All you did was spend a little bit of energy. Try again. Do the same exact thing a couple weeks later. Even if you didn't pull a new champion necessarily, maybe you're just a little bit better at the game. Wildcard Productions, send it over, Buck. Thanks, man. Saying read last. Okay, will do. Your last one is... BG, an artist sold a piece of art that was a banana duct taped to a canvas for $120,000, and the buyer ate the banana. You should Google it. I think somebody sent something over on Twitter. Is that the full story? I didn't click on the story, but they sent something over saying someone ate a banana art or something like that. Hold on. They paid $120,000 for that banana? Dude, I can get some bananas. I can get some tape. You guys want to see some art? Well, now I gotta see this, though. What the hell did it look like? Was it really just a banana duct taped to canvas? That's all it is. Man who ate the $120,000 banana art installation says he isn't sorry. Okay. Wow. I can't believe it's really just... I need to become an artist. Dragon Dagger sending over too. Thanks, man. Your last message is, hey, Hollywood. Just dupe my 5-star Nebula. Does she need a high sig level to be useful? No. As a matter of fact, she doesn't need to be awakened at all. Her awaken ability is one of the more useless in the game, I'd say. Your glasses are fogging up, BG. While looking at the banana? Is that what you're saying? Well, bananas are made to be eaten. It'd be wrong to let it rot. That's true. Wasteful. But okay, let's go take a look at Nebula's awaken ability real quick. And I'll explain why it's kind of useless. It's not 100% useless, but it's kind of useless. So... Nebula. Yeah, I think my 5-star is awakened. Yeah. Old Nebs. So, when Nebula is out of self-repair charges, she tries to recalibrate her implants, which sounds weird, granting her a chance to regain a charge every 10 seconds. So she starts with 2 of the self-repair charges. And says here, they activate when the opponent deals more than 110% of their attack in a single hit, repairing the damage taken over 5 seconds. And if stunned, self-repair stops. So it's a pretty good ability. It's a pretty good ability. I don't play Nebula a ton, but I do play her a little bit. Wait, hold on one sec. Kabam Mike, Imposter Kabam Mike, you still in here? I didn't want to ban you because I was just, asking you to come back on a... Am I not even allowed to go to the channel anymore? That's weird. I was just asking you to come back on a different name, but seems like you're still here on that name, so I am going to have to ban you now. But you're welcome to come back on a different account. Okay. So yeah, it's a pretty good ability. You can, if you slip up, you take some damage, you heal it back. Cool. The reason why the Awaken ability is kind of useless is because you very rarely will need more than 2 charges in a single fight. By the time you're using more than 2 charges, like either you've won the fight or you've lost the fight. Like the fight's over one way or another, pretty much. It's not always the case, but it is very often the case that you're just not going to need to use 2 of them. Her Awaken ability, I see it more as a defender kind of thing. And of course, Nebula's not a great defender. But it's still, like, when you come across Nebula in questing content, that's when you kind of notice her Awaken ability and her regaining the charges if you're going up against a strong Nebula, at least, where it's a longer fight. But when you're using the champion, you just don't really need more than 2 charges. So yeah, her Awaken ability, not 100% useless, but you certainly don't need to put any Sig Stones into her or anything like that. Just leave her whatever level she's at. So, Douglas sent over £5. Douglas, thanks, man. Thanks for all your advice over the years. Read last, please, for a laugh. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me update. This is a big old D. And dude, thank you for all the support over the years. Your last one is... Open my 19th 6-star, got jugs. Wondering if I will ever get a good one. Oh, rip, dude. That sucks. Good old Juggernaut. Hey, we can be 6-star Juggernaut brothers though. Between the 2 of us, we've got a nice pair of jugs. Because I too have the big 6-star jugs. So yeah. But bummer, dude. Hope you get some better luck on your next pull. BG, I can hold 4. I like ISO to rank 3. Wait, I like ISO to rank 3 fully from Nick Fury. Past 2 months, no skill 4-star dude. Okay. Well, like I said, your options are to go crazy. Wait, you can hold 4? Maybe you don't need to be level 60 to increase the capacity. I wonder if there is a capacity increase at a lower level than that. I don't know, but yeah, that is an option, just to go nuts and gain a bunch of levels, take advantage of the experience boost, pop a 50% boost on top of this, pop energy refills, and go through story content. Even if it's story content you've already done, just to gain experience. It would technically be worth it. You know, you'd be spending units on energy refills, but to keep the tier 2 alpha, it'd be worth it. But it would also be time consuming, and I understand if you don't have the time to do something like that, or if you just don't have the units right now. I'd understand. The Summoner Sigil, I'm not sure is, you know, it might increase your capacity by 1. I don't think it would increase it by 2, though. How much does it increase it by? Is it 20%? I think it's 20%, right? So yeah, that's not really going to be a thing to save both of them. There's no real way to force the ISO, except for opening up more crystals too, if that's the only thing you're missing even. But yeah, I mean, you know, worst case scenario, some tier 2 alpha expires, and it kind of sucks seeing stuff like that expire, but at least you still have enough tier 2 alpha to rank up a champion when you are ready. We sometimes get tier 2 alpha from the calendars. Wait, is there a holiday calendar this time around? I don't know. I remember there being a holiday calendar in other years. Or maybe it was just the December calendar in other years where there was a fully formed tier 2 alpha. Now they've changed things, right? Where it's based on title. I'm not sure if there's like a special one or not. I never pay attention enough to that stuff. BG, how many 6 stars do you have? I have 25. Isn't the sigil tier based on your level? I think certain things are based on your title. Is anything based on your actual level though? How many points are you planning to get in this arena? In this arena, I'm probably gonna be done with this arena after tonight. Well, I'll run my 6 stars when I can. I'm not gonna get all the milestones, but I don't really have an exact plan for points. I'm not gonna run my 5 stars in this arena after tonight, though. I just didn't want to start up another infinite streak in a different arena. But I'm gonna go for the 4-star Silver Surfer, 4-star and 3-star, and then milestones elsewhere. I'm about to rank Symbiote Supreme to rank 5. What is the best way to use him? I don't know the best way, but the way that I personally end up using him is my first special is a special 3. I kind of wait until I have 3 bars, pop the special 3, and that activates all 3 of your modes or buffs or whatever you want to call them. Because they're not actual buffs. They're buffs, but they're not buffs. The abilities, whatever. And then from there, the special 2 is really powerful. If you have Mystic Dispersion to gain some power back against an enemy that has buffs. If you're able to kind of cycle between special 3s and special 2s. Found that to be really good. He's kind of rough to play without Mystic Dispersion. The power gain, it's not necessarily that slow, but it feels very slow. And a lot of his power does come from specials, so. Should we finally have a tier 2 alpha arena? I think if they just added tier 2 alpha, some fragments to the alpha arena, that would be good. We don't necessarily need a whole new arena. But if they just said, if they added another milestone, if they maybe restructured the milestones where it was like, at 1 million points you get a tier 1 alpha, at 1.5 million you get another tier 1. Wait, actually you get, my bad, there's 3 tier 1 alphas in that arena, isn't there? I'd be nerfing it almost. Okay, so let's let's say they said 500,000 you get a tier 1 alpha, a million you get another tier 1 alpha, 1.5 million you get the third tier 1 alpha, and then at 2 million you get, I don't know if a full tier 2 alpha would be too much, but maybe 25% even, or 50%. 50% feels good. If they gave a 50% of a tier 2 alpha for that arena, I think that'd be good. Like the tier 2 alpha, I think they, you know, they're still one of the rarer materials in the game. But it would be nice to see another way to get it like that. I also like think it's important to not give too much through the arena, just because some people hate the arena, and if they don't do the arena, then they're gonna fall too far behind. If the rewards are, you know, like if the rewards were too good. So yeah, like half a tier 2 alpha every 9 days from the arena. That sounds reasonable. Stayed up till like 3 AM, finishing 100%. What is wrong with me? Oh, talking to Fitz. Hey BG, on the final fight of Variant 4, pretty pleased with myself getting the initial clear done. Fitz, nice man. That's awesome. I love a 24-hour tier 2 alpha arena on Sundays instead of the Catalyst PS. Yeah, I mean, Sunday arena just in general, not very rewarding. Read Hub's last one. He is too hype about Namor, and I need sleep. Thanks. Alright, Pixie Bell, hold on. Is Namor one of those champions that needs suicides to be great, like Omega Red? No. No, Namor does not require the suicide masteries. I think that he's slightly better with them, probably. But even without, he's very powerful. A lot of his damage, a lot of Omega Red's damage comes from activating your Special 3, which gives a large attack boost. And because you're getting a large attack boost that way, then having the attack increase from the Suicide Masteries, it's less noticeable. But whenever you're attacking the opponent, you're also kind of transferring any damage that you would be taking to the opponent. So if you had the Suicide Masteries dealing some damage to yourself, it would essentially be increasing your attack a little bit that way. So yeah, you know, it's a little bit of extra damage that way, and you technically can heal a little bit too, but it's like not a lot of healing. Because if you're preventing the damage you're taking from the Suicide Masteries, but you still have willpower healing you, you heal a little bit. But at the same time, using your specials heals you with Namor a percentage of your missing health, so you never go back to full health. But it's kind of nice not having the suicides for that part, because then your health actually does go up compared to when you have the suicides. Yeah, your health goes up a little bit, but then the recoil just brings it right back down. Jaylon sent it over Buck saying, streaming past late tonight, huh? You going for Silver Surfer? I'm not going for Silver Surfer. No, I started late tonight. That's all it is. Yeah, 12:10 at the moment. Yeah, I'll be here for a few more rounds. Definitely don't want to stay too late, because I gotta go to the store tonight. It's been too long since I've been to the grocery store. It's looking pretty bare in my kitchen right now. I don't have much for food to eat. I've just been eating rice for the past, I don't know, a week or so. VG, if people hate the arena and don't want to grind it out, then it's on them if they fall behind. Got to put in the time if you want to grow. Absolutely. But there needs to be balance to it, is all I'm saying. You know? It shouldn't feel like I mean, the rewards in the arena, there already is a massive difference between someone who grinds the arena and someone who does not. You just got to keep things balanced. You know, you got to keep it in control. Just like when the Alliance War rewards were like far and away the best rewards in the game, and people who didn't like war felt like they were forced into war, and then they grew to hate the game. You know, you don't want anybody hating the game just because they don't like one particular mode, but yeah, it's just all about balance. Grocery shopping past midnight? What an animal. Shopping during off-hour time, 200 IQ plays. Dude, going to the grocery store after midnight is... It's really hard for me to go to the grocery store any other time. It's so annoying. Oh man, you got to deal with so many people, lines when you're checking out and all that, and you got that little old lady who's still writing checks instead of just using a credit card or something like that. Is it 31.64 for my cat food? Right, let me 31. Just use a card, lady. You know what I mean? Don't hate the game, but still hate the mode. That's fair. As long as the rewards are balanced and you see, like, you probably don't feel like you're falling behind right now, Dubes, right? By not playing war. And that's because you're not. Frickin' war. This season so far, I don't want to jinx it, but this season so far is probably the least number of resources I've used in war since seasons have begun. I mean, well, except for the season that, like, we... You know, the few seasons where we stopped being competitive because it was just... Oh, man. But this season we're still competitive, and I've just been... fortunate to not make too big of mistakes to require using a buttload of potions. Still have to do a bunch of mastery swaps though, so even playing perfectly, well, it's still guaranteed one mastery swap per war, and depending on the champions I come across, more than one. But Brian hates old people, no wonder he tried to murder a couple of them at the beach. It's not true, man. I think old people are cool. But not when I'm trying to buy some groceries. All right. Yeah, because the AQ rewards are sweet. Screw war. Yeah. My alliance has grown so much we haven't lost an alliance war in so long. Nice, man. It's you know the day is coming though. Don't be too upset when you do start to lose wars. Because eventually your rating gets up there, you start playing these crazy alliances, man. And unless you're Kenobi, you're gonna lose at some point. In which country are you? I'm in the United States, on the west coast of the United States, in the Seattle area. I need the Suicide Masteries, but I can't because I'm level 51. What can I do? You can get the Suicide Masteries at level 51. Do you not have the units? Because the units is really what holds people back from not getting Suicide Masteries. I think at level 51, that's about the time I unlocked them myself. You just need enough points to have Parry, Dexterity, Stupefy, Willpower, and then the actual Suicide Masteries themselves, which I'm pretty sure you can do. Let me see what's like the lowest level I'd recommend picking up Suicides. Let me take a little trip to Aunt May. What's crazy, like, if I started a new account, I would probably just go straight to the Suicide Masteries. Well, okay, I'd pick up parry and dexterity. But from there, from like 1 point parry, 1 point limber, 1 point dexterity, I'd probably just go straight to the Suicide Masteries. It's not something I'd recommend for other people. For other people, I recommend getting willpower first and, you know. But just because I know this game and I know, like, how much faster it'll help arena grinding, and I can get by using certain champions without. I'd quickly farm up whatever units I needed for willpower in a couple weeks or something like that. But anyway, let me see. I reset that. Okay. Well, 51 points. 51 mastery points. What level do you have to be to get 51 mastery points? Oh, wait, no, hold on. I take that back. I still have extra points here. I was going to say, that sounded like a lot, and it is a lot. It's too much. Here we go. 47 mastery points. Essentially, the 15 points in the left half of the offensive tree, plus the 8 for Suicide Masteries. For defensive, the 15 in the left half, the 3 for willpower. And then in the proficiency tree, 1 point parry, 1 point limber, 1 point dexterity, 3 point stupefy. That would be what I would consider the minimum requirements for suicides that I'd recommend to someone at least. 47 points, whatever level that is. But of course, then you have to have the units, which units are tough to get. Got time for a drink on a weekend? Are you asking me to go out with to get a drink with you? Oh, I see. I'm coming to Seattle in January, man. Okay. Well, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't. I don't really leave my home. And when I do leave my home, it's either to buy groceries or, well, there's other reasons, I guess, that I don't want to get into. But I don't really drink, and yeah, I don't have too much time for other things. I'm so far behind on everything. It's funny, we're in Tier 6, and I just quickly looked earlier and saw an opponent with a rank 2 Corvus, and he was boosted to 22 KPI on Path Fights. Oh my goodness. Oof. Hopefully they were just using boost in the overflow dupes. They bought an offer, had some boosts expiring, threw those on. I'm hoping that's the case. BG dupe another 6-star. It was Sentinel, and and still none. I wanted rank 2, getting pretty salty, dude. Oh, you're making me my insides hurt, Cody. You duped 6-star Sentinel, and you still have no 6 stars to take to rank 2. What about Sentinel, man? Oh, Sentinel's so cool. I would love to take him. Brian drinks poorly. Ryan's lying. I've seen him like a dozen times now, and he's never been in his house. That's true. You're right. I've never been in my house whenever you've seen me. But I'm here right now, I swear. On which day new update is coming? We actually had an update today, didn't we? What was the update today for? Was that to fix some bugs or something? I tried to log into the game and it said I required an update. But usually the updates for this game, it's like right as the monthly event quest is ending. And that's how we get the new monthly event quest and the new champions and stuff like that. So if you go to your quest page here, look at your event quests. We have 26 days left in this current quest, so like 25 days from now we'll get a new update, something like that. Occasionally there's updates between, but I don't know if there's any scheduled like that. Usually there aren't any. Jaylon saying, what are full suicides like? Which masteries? So the full suicide masteries are 3 points in liquid courage and 3 points in double edge. Technically, recoil is part of the suicide masteries. Because it has to be. It's like a prerequisite. But usually when people are, when they're talking about like the points they are actually putting into the suicides, they're only talking about liquid courage and double edge. If someone's talking about maxing out recoil, that's for a very specific use case, which is not recommended for everyday gameplay. It can be powerful with like Corvus and Ghost and stuff like that, since their specials hit so hard and likely are killing blows where you're not suffering recoil damage. But for the most part, yeah, you just want the 1 point there. So yeah, that's full suicide masteries. And whoops. Oh, sweet. Coming soon. A powerful new summoner mastery will be available shortly. Awesome. Normally when people are talking about the suicide masteries too, it's kind of assumed that you have willpower maxed out. Everything from there is not really assumed. I mean, you don't have to have willpower maxed out. You don't have to have willpower at all. But it's kind of assumed for the average build. Everything else from there, though, coagulate. Some people have points in it, some people don't. Whatever else, all that stuff is kind of personal preference and stuff. It's coming at the same time as Basis BG. Get ready. Oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready. Updates were just wallpaper images, and iOS had update also for phone and tablet. Is that all it was? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Trying to Photoshop his stream. He's outside right now with a fake background. It wouldn't be the first time that I was streaming outside, that is. Alright, anyway. It's going to be a little bit late. I need to go before the store closes. BG, what's your thoughts on half suicides? Just the bleed part for Corvus and Ghost, maybe also Omega, but he's unawakened. I think half suicides are okay. It also works pretty well with magic, since magic heals back with limbo. The recoil damage, that is. So in some cases it's all right. But the thing about half suicides is, the worst part of the suicide masteries is recoil. Maybe not for every champion, doesn't matter as much, but for most champions, it's recoil. And whether you get half suicides or full suicides, you still have to have a point in recoil. So it's kind of like you're getting half the benefit for more than half of the downsides in a way. Half the benefit for 2/3 of the downsides, kind of. I mean, hey, recoil also adds damage, so there's kind of a benefit there too, but your attack is not getting increased as much as it could. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. It works in some situations though, and I've run half suicides before. I didn't hate it. But I do prefer running full suicides. So, but give it a chance. What you can do is, like, let's say you have the full suicide masteries unlocked already. Or even if they're not unlocked, like you can just save those points. You know, just don't put in the final 3 points. Hold on to them. Put the points in the half suicide masteries. If you feel like that's enough of an attack increase, cool. Take those 3 mastery points and stick them somewhere else. Don't put them in liquid courage. But if you feel like, no, you kind of want that extra damage output, well, then put those 3 in liquid courage, you know. What about Despair, Deep Wounds, and Assassin? What about them specifically, J-Line? You're just asking generally, like, are they good masteries? There's no real nickname to those masteries, if that's what you were maybe asking. They are good masteries. Despair, in particular, is incredibly powerful. If you have 3 points in it, then you only really need 7 debuffs to fully shut out the opponent's healing. Which not every champion can do, but some champions can. And even the champions that don't have 7 debuffs, even if you just have 1 debuff, reducing their healing by 15% is pretty nice. Deep Wounds is also incredibly powerful. I would say, you know, some champions can take more of advantage of Deep Wounds compared to others. Especially the champions that have short duration bleeds. If they're high damage output but short duration, extending the duration of it doesn't. What's a good way of saying this? Like, let's say your bleed is ticking for just 10 damage, right? It's 10 damage every half second. If you get Deep Wounds, it extends the duration of it, but it's still 10 damage every half second. So it's just a damage increase. It's not like you're increasing the duration and spreading out that damage over a longer time. You're not doing that, right? It's better than that. You're keeping whatever damage you're already getting and just gaining more ticks of that damage. So it's really powerful for some champions. Not just for damage output, but if you're using someone like Blade or Carnage that gain additional bonuses when the opponent's bleeding and you're near them, could be really useful there as well. And this is probably the strongest mastery for certain bleed champions out there, even stronger than Suicides. An Assassin is a bit of a different case. I think Assassin is a good mastery, but it's not as powerful as the last two. This is the type of mastery that I like to throw extra points into if I have extra points available in my build. Are they considered as full suicides? No. These are just separate masteries entirely. The suicide masteries are just double edge, liquid courage, and like I said, kind of recoil because it's there as a prerequisite. Most people don't consider glass cannon as a suicide mastery because some people have glass cannon even without the suicide masteries. So it's basically those top three, that little triangle of masteries there. Suicide masteries or assassin masteries, what should I invest in first? Suicides. Damn, you ain't answering. Thunder, I'm answering as many questions as I can, man. I'm sorry if it's not your question, but you gotta understand. If I'm answering questions, dude, I can't answer. I can't split my face into 3 separate faces to answer multiple questions at the same time. And I do need to call the stream here. It is getting to be a little too late, and the store is going to close. So I got to go, guys. But thank you all for hanging out. Black Seraphim, Eric Stockley, and Douglas, thank you very much for the 5. Thank you, guys. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time? Yes? Okay. Good night, everybody.